Hello, everybody. Happy Feast of the Conversion of St. Paul, and to this week's edition of Monday Musings. As you probably already know, Governor Newsom has lifted the stay-at-home order for the state of California, though we are still in the purple tier, which means no indoor religious gatherings. So it's particularly imperative this week that you pay attention or you read the Friday email, because we'll have a better idea of what will happen this weekend. Because right now, the forecast for this weekend is rain because of the systems that are coming our way. So please do look at your email on Friday to know what we will be doing this weekend for Masses and Holy Communion. Lent is coming in just a few weeks. We had a nice discussion at our staff meeting today about various resources and opportunities that we're putting together, the staff is putting together for you for this Lent. Hopefully that it will be some good resources for you to have for this Lent. I was reflecting this morning with Father Gregory and Brother John Peter that today, the Feast of the Conversion of St. Paul, is I don't know how traditional, but a kind of traditional day for the ordination or consecration of bishops. And I was thinking back to my first ordination of a bishop when I was on residency in Salt Lake City of then Bishop and then soon to be Archbishop George Niederauer. I was one of two religious brothers in the diocese at the time that attended his liturgy for his consecration. But just what a warm, wonderful man Bishop Niederauer was in the rest of the year that I had with him in Salt Lake City. And then he became Archbishop of San Francisco about 5 years later, for the last 5 years between 70 and 75, when he hit mandatory retirement age. But the thing that I remember most fondly about Archbishop Niederauer is when he was Archbishop of San Francisco, I preached the St. Jude novena at St. Dominic's in San Francisco one year. And he actually called me on the phone. He said, "Hey, Carl, I just read in the Catholic San Francisco that you're preaching the St. Jude novena in a couple weeks. Hey, let's have lunch." I was like, I've never had a bishop call me and say, "Hey, let's have lunch." And it turned out to be a lovely event. He took me to lunch in downtown San Francisco, and he seemed to remember everything in the 6 months that he was bishop of Salt Lake City from the time that I was there, and asked me what I had done, and was just really warm and gracious. And I just always had a soft spot in my heart for Archbishop Niederauer. Of course, he's now since gone to God, so pray for the happy repose of his soul. But I know there are several other bishops in the West that were ordained on this day, January 25th, the Feast of the Conversion of St. Paul. I don't know. I didn't look. I should have looked before I recorded this video of when Bishop Soto was ordained a bishop, because I don't know that. Anyway, but just thought I'd share that quick story with you about the late Archbishop Niederauer and kind of that connection. Kind of, I guess this is Monday Musings, right? I get to muse on things like that you may or may not find interesting, but certainly a part of my life. Of course, then the second Episcopal ordination that I attended was again of our late Bishop Robert Christian, who was auxiliary bishop of San Francisco for a year before the Lord called him home. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. We pray for all of our bishops, for their wisdom in these days, in help guiding us through these difficult days, as I hope you are praying for me as the pastor of St. Dominic's, having the wisdom and the clarity to lead our community through these days, and for all the pastors of our parishes and of our diocese. Because I will tell you, it's not fun, it's not easy, but of course, doing it for you, the people of God, the people entrusted to our care, to my care, is what makes it worthwhile, and because it's what the Lord has asked us to do, that He will give us our just deserts for our service to you, His people, that He has given us to shepherd. So I hope and pray that you have a good week, that you stay dry, that you're enjoying this little bit of sunshine. In fact, I had to close all the shades on my windows because it was just too much sun. Weird problem to have at the end of January, but as I say, the weather looks like we're going to get socked with some much needed rain, which makes me think of Father LaSalle Hallisey, who currently is director of the cemetery, but has also served here in the past. Father LaSalle and I have lived together a couple of times, and I always remember him in the winter praying for an appropriate amount of rain. Because of course, when we had the drought, we have floods if we get too much water. So we, this nice spacing, we pray that the ground can absorb the water, and that we will not won't have floods or any other things that will damage property or people's lives, and hope that this brings a good amount of snow to the Sierras for getting us through the summer and the drier months. So again, hope and pray that you are well, that you're safe, and that we'll see one another soon. All right, God bless for now. Bye-bye.